Ram 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 Ram. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Radhanath Swami Nityanamini. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prashtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanamini. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharini Nirvisesa Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatarini. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurmilitam Mena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitamena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Sri Guru Shiyuta Padakamalam Sri Guru Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sakagana Raghunathan Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Sabadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sakagana Lalita Sri Visakan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namosute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarbhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyaeva Cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Isvaraga Paramaha Krishnaga Sachidananda Vigraha Anadi Radhi Govindaga Sarvakarana Karanam. Om Tat Sat. Hare Krishna. By the causeless mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead Sri Krishna, we are nicely studying Bhagavad Gita, the king of knowledge, Raja Vidya. Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita very, very clearly that with this knowledge, all our ignorance is dispelled and we will be able to gain intelligence. So when we gain the intelligence, so then because with this knowledge, we will be able to connect with Krishna. So that's how we gain the intelligence. So our mind should focus on Krishna. When with our mind, we can connect with Krishna. So then we can actually gain the intelligence. So then we will be able to, it's basically each helping each other, mind and intelligence. So with intelligence, we will get the determination to control our mind. And when we focus our mind on Krishna with love and devotion, then we gain intelligence. So that's what is very important. So the important point is that devotion, that bhakti on Krishna, bhakti. So for that, if that is there, if the devotion, if we love Krishna, if we develop that love on Krishna, if that is there, so then our mind is going to be connected with Krishna, we are going to gain intelligence, and we are going to act with the science of this knowledge of this Bhagavad Gita. We are going to get ourselves liberated from this material bondage, and we are going to gain the yoga bala, the strength, so with which we can actually bring our life here between the two eyebrows, and we can remember Krishna, think about Krishna, and go to Krishna. So all such things, the main point is just believing in Krishna, that faith on Krishna. Since we all have that faith on Krishna, so we are making progress every day. Whatever progress we are making, that progress is, as I always said many times in the past, based on Bhagavad Gita, that whatever progress we are making, so that is permanent. We are not going to lose that progress. Even in between, we may deviate from this path, but Krishna will not let us deviate permanently. Because once we taste this Krishna consciousness, so which is the higher taste, so then we want more of this. Once we taste that Forgetting this material world is actually real happiness. Forgetting the material sense objects, they only bring us happiness by focusing on Krishna. So then we are going to asking it for more. We will ask, because anything in this world, normally if we, for example, if a person likes sweet a lot, so something get addicted to it, then ask for more. So like that, here when we get addicted, we should get addicted. This should be real addiction, that addicted to remembering Krishna. Because when we taste this Krishna consciousness, so there is param drishtva. So when we experience this higher taste, so there is Krishna consciousness. So then slowly we are getting addicted to this. For example, we are all addicted to studying Bhagavad Gita every day. This has become our everyday daily routine thing, daily job. So we are doing it. We are progressing it. We finished the entire Bhagavad Gita, 700 verses, and we again started in the beginning of this year. And now we are in the middle of fourth chapter. We are making a lot of progress. We are understanding. And in this effort, we are going to keep on studying this Bhagavad Gita. We are not going to stop at all, because we are very, very fortunate that we are able to enjoy by simply listening to what the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, is teaching us. So that way, this Bhagavad Gita knowledge is a continuous source of knowledge. It's a continuous source of happiness. Susukam kartum. So it's joyfully performed, very, very happily performed. So this Bhagavad Gita is the continuous source of happiness. As long as we are connected with this Bhagavad Gita, we are going to be happy only. As long as we remember Krishna, we are going to be happy only. Because when we are connected with this Bhagavad Gita, means we are remembering Krishna, we are listening to Krishna. Because with this Bhagavad Gita, we are able to yoga sanyasta karmanam jnana sanchinna samsayam atmamantam nakarmani nibandhananti dhananjaya. That's what Krishna is teaching us. So when we have this yoga, this Bhagavad Gita is the yoga. So then yoga sanyasta karman. So when we perform all our activities, jnana sanchinna samsaya. So with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we are able to destroy the doubts, that's what sanchinna samsaya. Samsaya is the doubt or the doubts. So jnana means with the knowledge. So with the knowledge, if we are able to destroy the doubts, jnana sanchinna samsaya, atmavantam na karmani nibandhananti dhananjaya. So none of our activities are going to bind us. If we are able to get this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, if we are able to destroy all our doubts, so then none of our activities are going to bind us. So at that point of time, kama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yatachetasa abhito brahma nirvanam. So we are going to achieve that Brahma nirvana. Vattate vijitatmanam. So we are going to conquer our mind. So we are going to conquer our mind. We are going to achieve that Brahma Nirvanam, because with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we develop that prema, that love on Krishna, we will be liberated from the kama and krodha, kama krodha vimuktanam. So because prema bhakti, when that comes in our mind, so when we develop that prema bhakti, then kama krodha will be completely, we will be freed from that. We will be liberated. That's why kama krodha vimuktanam yatinam yathachetasam abhito brahma nirvanam. So that's what we are going to achieve, that Brahma nirvanam. That is going to happen. Labante brahma nirvanam rishayaga kshina kalmashaga chinnadvaito yadatmanaga sarvabhuta hiterataga. So labante Brahma Nirvana. When we get that Brahma Nirvana, that means we are rishis. And we will be freed from all sins. Kshina Kalmashagam. Then Chinna Dvaita. So Chinna Dvaita means destroy the dualities. That's what Chinna Dvaita. So Jnana Sanchinna Samsayam. So that's what we studied earlier. So that means with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we can destroy the doubts. So here Krishna is saying that Chinna Dvaita Yadatma. So Kshina Kalmashagam. So freed from all sins and able to destroy all our dualities. That's what Chinna Dvaita. So Lavante Brahma Nirvanam Rishayaga Kshina Kalmasaka Chinna Dvaito Yadatmanaga Sarvabhuta Hiterataga. So at that point of time, we can engage ourselves in the benefit of others. So beneficial acts for others. Because we are no longer materially motivated. We are no longer after the material sense objects in this material world. We know that everyone in this world is suffering. Everyone who has taken a material body is actually bound by the three modes of material nature. Everyone. If we got this material body, that means we are bound by the modes of nature, except Krishna. Because Krishna only is above the modes of nature and Krishna controls the modes of nature, and every one of us are bound by the three modes of material nature. That's why we have taken birth. That's why we have got this body. But with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we are able to destroy all the doubts of ignorance, with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we are able to destroy all the dualities, so that's what Te Dvandva Moha Nirmuktaga Bhajante Mam Dhritavrataga. That's what Krishna is saying. So, Yesam to Antagatam Papam Jananam Punya Karmanam Te Dvandva Moha Nirmuktaga. So that's what Chinna Dvaita Yadatmanagam. So that means in order to destroy these doubts, these dualities, so that's why Te Dvandva Moha Nirmuktaga Bhajante Mam Dhritavrataga. So with great determination, we will render devotional service unto Krishna. That's what is going to happen. That's what is actually happening in all of us. By Krishna's causeless mercy, we are developing that love, that faith on Krishna, and our devotional strength is increasing day by day. So we are getting very, very strong, so that Bhaktya Yukto Yoga Balena Chaiva. So when we perform, when we engage in the devotional service, so serving Krishna with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are gaining that yoga balam, so that strength, so with which we will be able to liberate ourselves from this material world. So we will be strongly, fully, completely depending only on Krishna. That's how our life will become. Every day, every moment, and everything, we have to completely depending on Krishna. We are able to live, we are able to breathe, we are able to digest the food, what we eat, and we are able to even speak, we are able to sit, we are able to stand. Everything is by Krishna's causeless mercy. We got this material body, temporary body, miserable body, but that is fake, that is truth. But Krishna has given us the knowledge how to free ourselves from this temporary miserable life in this material world. Everything is going to be finished. It's simply the matter of time. That's it. And Krishna is the time. So that way, whatever we see today, it's not going to be seen in future. Everything is changing. Everything is changing. So everything is part of history, and we ourselves were actually, we think that maybe 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, people live like this, live like that, all such things. But we were the people who lived 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago. We need to understand. It is not that people who lived 2,000 years ago, they are there, everybody is now not here in this world, not like that. We are keep coming back to this material world. That's what we need to understand. And we think that there are different species, they are already extinct, but we were in those species. We think that there are no dinosaurs now, but we were the dinosaurs. So that's what we need to understand. So with the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, we are understanding that fact that if we don't make use of this human life, if we don't understand this Bhagavad Gita and surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, with love and devotion, we are going to keep coming back. And we will be coming back here even after 1,000 years. The year 3000. So AD. So we know it is 2000. So even after 1,000 years, 2022. So even after 1,000 years, we'll be here only. If you don't go to Krishna, if you don't go to Goloka, if you don't make use of this human life. So at that time, we will be simply talking about, 2,000 years ago, people lived like this, people lived like that. We'll be studying the history. But we are the part of that history. We need to understand. So, but we don't want to come. We don't want to come here again and again. We don't want to die so many times. It's very difficult. Even in this life itself, thinking about death is very, very scary. No one wants to die. So when we just think about dying, so it's really very difficult for us to even think about it. But it is happening. It's happening with everyone. Everyone is dying. We are going to die. And we don't want this nonsense to get repeated again and again. So we have to put a deadline. We have to finish this. That's it. So we have to put a stop to this repeated birth, old age, disease, and death. That's what is very important. So how we can stop that? We can stop it simply by getting this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, surrendering unto Krishna and following Krishna's instructions, and simply by spreading this message and making devotees everywhere. That's it. We just have to decide to do that, and then Krishna will make us to do that. Krishna will do everything. Even in the battlefield, Krishna was telling Arjuna that he killed all the enemies. And Arjuna has to simply act like an instrument, just shoot the arrows. That's it. So, nimitta matram bhavasavya sachin. That's what Arjuna has to become. Arjuna has to simply become an instrument. Arjuna has to simply think that he is fighting for Krishna. That's it. He just have to simply think. That's it. Think that he is fighting for Krishna. So like that, we have to simply think that we are doing everything for Krishna. That's what is very important. We have to just think that we are doing all the activities for Krishna. Of course, everything is carried out by Krishna. Everything is carried out by the three modes of material nature, by Prakriti, which is acting under the control of Krishna. And that way, we just have to think that we are doing it for Krishna. We want to serve Krishna. So that mindset is what very important. That's what is going to help us to control our mind, focus our mind on Krishna. So yesam samye sitam managa nirdosam gi samam brahma. So that's what is going to happen. Ihaiva taiki jitaga sargav yesam samye sitam managa nirdosam gi samam brahma tasmat brahmani te sitaga. So in this life itself, if we are able to fully focus our mind on Krishna, if we are able to think only about Krishna, so that means we will be free from all faults and we will become equal to the Brahman. Nirdosam ge samam Brahman. So then we will be situated in the Brahman platform. So then we will be able to remember Krishna at the time of death, and we can actually go to Goloka. We can free ourselves from this repeated birth, old age, disease, and death. So we have got the opportunity. We are making use of this opportunity. We are studying this Bhagavad Gita, and we are making excellent progress in this effort. We are already changing. Many of us are already noticing that change in our life, because as long as we start studying this Bhagavad Gita every day, so we are making progress every day. And we are becoming very, very sincere devotee of Krishna. As Krishna is teaching us that Machitta Madgata Prana Bodayantaga Parasparam. So Machitta Madgata Prana, always thinking about me, dedicating their lives unto me. That's what is happening with us. We are always thinking about Krishna, and we want to dedicate our life to Krishna. So with this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, that is very much happening. So by Krishna's mercy, we have successfully finished 20 slokas in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and we are understanding that Krishna is teaching us what is karma. Tatte karma pravakshyami yajnatva mokshashe asvata. I shall teach you what is karma, By knowing this, you will be freed from the miseries of material existence. So Krishna is teaching that in the 19th sloka we studied, Krishna is teaching us that Yasya sarve samarambhaga kama sankalpa varjithaga jnanagni tagda karmanam tamahu panditham budaga. So, in all our endeavors, if we are freed ourselves from all kinds of materialistic desires, kama sankalpa varjitaga, so then we will be able to burn all the reactions to our actions with the fire of knowledge. Jnanagni tagda karmanam. That's how the learned persons they have said. So tamahu panditham buddha. So Krishna is saying us very clearly, teaching us that one is understood to be in full knowledge, whose every endeavor is devoid of desire for sense gratification. That's what is very important. Everything what we do, our interest is only to please Krishna. He is said by sages to be a worker for whom the reactions of work have been burnt up by the fire of perfect knowledge. So all the reactions will be completely erased by Krishna's causeless mercy. So in the next sloka, Krishna is continuing what we studied yesterday in the 20th sloka. Tyaktva karma pada sangam nitya tripto nirashrayaga karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saha. In fact, this is a sloka what we are studying today. So Krishna is teaching us that Tyaktva karma pala sangam. So by Tyaktva karma pala sangam means by giving up the attachment to the results of activities. Krishna is not even asking us to give up the karma palam, the results of the activities. Krishna is asking us to give up the attachment to the results of the activities. That's how we need to work. That's how we need to do all our activities. So, tyaktva karma pala sangam. So, that sangam, so that attachment, that's what we need to give up. So, if we give up that, nitya tripto nirashayagam. So, always satisfied, nitya tripto. And nirashayagam, without any shelter, without depending on anything. So, nitya tripto. We should be satisfied with what we have because we have Krishna. We have this knowledge of Bhagavad Gita. We are devotees of Krishna. Simply by remembering Krishna, thinking about Krishna, that's what brings us happiness. So we should be simply happy. That's what Nitya Tripto Nirashayagam. So if we perform our activities, Karmani Abhipravrittopi, if we do our activities, so by giving up the attachment to the results of activities and always satisfied without taking any shelter, if we simply perform all our activities, so that means we are not doing anything. Naiva kinchit karoti saga. So that means we are not doing any activities. So that's what even sometimes the devotees ask the question that karmani akarmaya pasyat akarmanischa karmayaga. So what is this? Krishna is saying that one should see inaction in action and action in inaction. So that's what here Krishna is teaching us, that as long as we are not attached to the results of activities, if we are always satisfied within our own self, so that means even though when we are doing an action, we are not doing any action. So that's what is action in inaction, inaction in action. Karmani abhipravrittopi naiva kinchit karoti saga. That's what Krishna is teaching. So abandoning all attachment to the results of his activities, ever satisfied and independent, he performs no fruitive action, although engaged in all kinds of undertakings. So that's what is very important. When we are engaged in Krishna service, so just doing everything for Krishna, just by depending only on Krishna, so we are not doing anything. Nothing is going to bind us. So by Krishna's causeless mercy, we have successfully finished 20 slokas in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. Now let us chant Hare Krishna Maha Mantra and focus our mind on the transcendental sound vibration. नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते राधानाथ स्वामी नित्य नामिने। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी नित्य नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पश्चात्य देशतारिणी। ओम ज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, 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 Rama Hare Hare. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Rama Hare Hare, 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna. Tulsi Vilasa Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna to all the devotees. I kindly request the devotees to use the Zoom raise hand feature to ask your questions to Guruji. Venkat Nagarjun Prabhu, Subir Mishra Prabhu, Munmun Mataji and Mithun Prabhu says, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Guruji, thank you for the wonderful class. There are no questions so far, Guruji. So thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sangeeta Mataji, Sangeeta Malhotra Mataji, Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Really pranam Prabhuji. I really enjoyed the chanting. Really. It is so like, I cannot tell you. It is the same that we do, but when I hear you, really, thank you for this beautiful experience.
Yes,
and it keeps reminding us whole day. If we start our day like this, whole day, then we feel like chanting. We feel like sitting in a place, taking out time and sitting with the mala and sitting with ourselves. Yes. Whenever I attend the class, whole day is so blissful, so blissful.
Yes, Mother.
I cannot tell you. Yeah. Yes.
There's no doubt.
Yes. Totally blessed. Thank you. Koti.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Ram. Hare Krishna. R.K. Goyal Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
And Hare Krishna to Shiva Prabhu. So we have been beautiful name Tulsi Vilas Prabhu. So glad to know that we have got the initiation. So Guruji, it's a wonderful class, and whatever you are teaching, it is directly getting into our heads. Now everything is emerging to the main philosophy that you have been repeatedly telling. I have just one question, rather small doubt. Today you have said Mat Chitta Madgata Prana. There was a verse which you have quoted, Mat Chitta Madgat Prana. Mat Chitta is clear to me, but then when we say Madgat Prana, what does it mean and how to achieve that state?
We have to do everything for Krishna. Our life becomes, we will live only for Krishna. That's what. See, people say that I am doing only everything for you, something like that. Mother tells the children or like that, correct? So like that, here we have to, within our mind, all the time, we have to do everything only for Krishna. So that's how our life becomes. With the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, when we develop that love on Krishna, so we will fully, completely depend only on Krishna. So that means we are dedicating our life to Krishna, especially when we make our highest priority task is only to spread this Bhagavad Gita. So that means we are dedicating our life to Krishna. So that is a very, very important service, very, very important task which we have to do it for Krishna, because there are, as we discussed many times as I informed, there are millions of devotees yet to know that they are devotees. So we have to let them know that they are devotees. So then that is a very important service. Yes.
Okay. So can we understand it in the context of the Arjuna who was fighting a war? That Matgat Prana means you have to give your life for me, even if it is required in the war. So that will make it clear. So whatever we are doing, if we are doing it for Krishna, then we have to do it with the full, whatever we have got.
That is correct.
With the full power, that whatever little or more we are having, that all has to be dedicated to Krishna.
Everything for this. Our main goal is that this spreading Bhagavad Gita is our only goal, nothing else. So then all other things will automatically will be taken care of.
Okay. Right, Guruji. This is a wonderful learning. Thank you very much. So grateful to you. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna to all devotees.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Janvi Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Today, I have heard the whole session. It was so wonderful, and I have done the chanting. And yesterday also, it was means after a long time. I have joined your class like long back once, but since yesterday I'm like regular. So yeah, yesterday chanting was so good with you. So that's why that made me to join today also again.
Yes. I think at some point of time, I hope
chanting with you is so good. So yeah.
Yes.
And the way you are explaining each and every sloka and all, it's very helpful for me. It's helping my whole day to run very softly. And very much thank you for spreading this Krishna conscious to all of us. And thank you for getting me into Krishna conscious. Hare Krishna.
Yes, it's all Krishna's mercy. And I hope at some point of time, Krishna will make us to chant at least 8 rounds. That will happen at some point of time. We will see. Let's hope. Yes, Mother.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Mother. Hare Krishna. Asha Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Guruji, for a nice session. Daily we are concentrating only for our goal, Guruji.
Yes, Mataji. That is that
Yes,
Krishna's mercy. Yes.
Yes, Guruji. Krishna's mercy is only.
That
We are very thankful.
Krishna's.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Kandala Tirupati Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Happy Dasara, Guruji. We are celebrating today Dasara festival. Very happy to with you in this slokas also. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you much for that.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Gayatri Mataji, Hare Krishna. Deepesh Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you for the class, and I had a chance to talk to my friend Arvind, and he really liked your session, and he said it was very knowledgeable. So Guruji really knows a lot. So thank you for doing the session.
I know he and his Mataji were having Bhagavad Gita and referring to that during the entire session. That was very helpful. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. He and his wife had come. Yeah. So So, but yeah, that's what he was telling me. I just got a chance to talk to him today.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Thank you, Guruji.
I think you must have been already added to our WhatsApp group. So if not, you please let me know, Prabhu. We can add them. Or maybe
Yeah,
Shashireka.
I'll check with him. I did not ask him that, but I will check
No,
with him.
I think already we have the September 18th group is there. He must be there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe he can be moved to the
No,
Bangalore group
I'm
or something.
sending to that group also. Yeah, I'm sending.
Okay, okay, got it.
Shashireka
Got it.
Mataji.
Yeah. So
Hare
thank you for the
Krishna.
class, Guruji. I don't have any questions. It's going very good. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Shashireka Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Just wanted to tell Deepesh Prabhu that they have both been added to the other group also, the Bangalore WhatsApp group also.
Oh, Bangalore WhatsApp group also.
Yeah, both
Yes.
Arvind and Chitra Mataji have been added. Arvind Prabhuji and Chitra Mataji have been added because I had asked them when they had come and they said that they were interested. So I thought even if the September 18th group gets dissolved or disbanded later on, because a lot of people, I mean, many people in that group are already part of other groups. So then they should, at least those who are interested should stay in the WhatsApp of the Bangalore group. So that's what we did, Guruji.
Yes.
Okay, that is great, Mataji. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah, thank you, Deepesh Prabhu, for asking them to come because they were so dedicated. They sat with the Bhagavad Gita and both of them in the first row, looking at each shloka as Guruji was explaining, and it was very nice to interact with them.
Yeah, I've known Arvind for almost 30 years, I think, close to 30 years.
I think you worked together in Bangalore. That's what he was telling me. Yes,
yeah, and then we still remain friends all throughout. So.
It's very nice, bro. Very nice.
Yeah. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so
much. And thank you, Shashireka Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
It's Krishna's service. That's all, Prabhuji. Krishna's service. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Yeah. Thank you so much, Guruji. Yeah, for a wonderful class. Thank you so much. So nice to be able to understand this whole, even though we may not understand completely, but little by little, as you said.
We are enjoying.
Shanai. Yes, and as you said, we can see the progress that we are making. We are noticing that the progress is happening, and we are all seeing transformation. And that is the beautiful part. Not to remain where we were. It is not about comparing ourselves to anyone else, but it is looking at ourselves, what we were yesterday, how much progress we have made today.
Comparing ourselves to ourselves only.
Exactly. And like you said, even if temporarily we get disconnected, Krishna will draw us to him. He will make sure that magnet, he'll use that magnet and he will draw us. So he is, yes, Guruji. It's a beautiful journey. It's a beautiful experience. There are no words to describe it. And for all that, you are the reason. So thank you so much. Extremely indebted and grateful to you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. And I'd like to wish everyone a Krishna conscious Vijayadashmi, which signifies that the Rama or the Krishna in us should destroy all the Ravanas within us. That is what we have to look. That is what Bhagavad Gita is also all about. Conquering the senses and controlling our mind. So may this Vijayadashmi bless all of us towards that. Thank you so much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Suresh Tabi Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhu.
Very nice class, Guruji, today also. It is extended from yesterday's concept.
Yeah.
Even if when you're remembering it and when you do this any work, it is as well as not done. So
yes,
very nice, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Happy Vijayadashmi to you and all, Guruji.
Thank you, Prabhu. Same to you. Krishna conscious Vijayadashmi. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Palaniappan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today's sloga is very interesting because the attachment to the results which means you taught us many times. But at the same time, it is connected with action and reaction. This time in this sloka, it is very, very important. That is that connection between attachment to results. When once you forget and do like that, then it is more or less you are not doing any action. That is a very interesting thing which we learned today from this sloka through you. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Brinda Jai Singh Mataji, Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna. Sumati Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you for a wonderful class. And so interesting to hear you say that if we don't go to Golaka, we'll be still there in 3000 AD, as we were there during dinosaur time.
Yes, yes.
So interesting to hear that concept.
We are here.
And I was thinking probably must have been a plant or a flower somewhere where Krishna was. That's where we have come.
There also, yeah, we were there.
Somehow we have progressed to this little thing. Hopefully we will go back to him very soon.
We will, yes.
Thank you so much. So the number of souls is a fixed number, Guruji, which is, you said every soul is spotless, in the sense every soul does not have any, it's not tainted, and it's only the modes of nature which add the shades of, what to say.
But there is no number, it is beyond our imagination, the number wise. We can't even count the number of galaxies, correct? So even inside the galaxy, inside a single galaxy, we cannot even count the number of solar systems. So they're like that, the number of souls, it's all beyond our imagination. See, even for the more, like for the atoms and molecules and all, what we call it as moles, correct? That 6.2 into 10 to the power 23. So there is a number. So that many number, you call it as one mole, correct? So like that, it's all beyond imagination, these numbers.
Yes, it's amazing. It's amazing, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. Yes. Thank you. And this shloka also was very good today. And happy to be with everyone, happy to hear everyone, and happy to be
every sloka. Next 4-5 slokas, every sloka, because now only Krishna is really teaching us what karma is. We studied in the 16th sloka, Krishna says that Tate karma pravakshami yajnatva mokshasya. Now only Krishna, starting from the 20th sloka, is teaching us what karma is.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, Guruji. Thank you. Thank you.
To 24, these 5 slokas, if we just follow, that means we are doing our karma. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Okay, Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Brindaji. Mataji.
Happy Dashera to you and all our Prabhujis and Matajis. Thank you for everything, Guruji. So, Guruji, today you said that we have to free ourselves from these dualities of material nature. So, when we say dualities, we mean hot and cold, and distress and happiness. And,
happiness and distress, profit and loss, victory or defeat, happiness and distress, everything. Yes.
And all this is only in the material world. This is not there in the spiritual world.
Not there in the spiritual world. Spiritual world, there is no duality.
So that is what Krishna is asking us, to free ourselves from these dualities of this material energy.
Yes.
And the process is, as you say, devotional service to Krishna.
That's the only way. So simply by devotion unto Krishna, devotional service to Krishna will liberate us. Yes.
Yes. And second is that we don't have to give up the results of our action, but we have to give up the attachment to the results of our action.
That is correct. That is correct. The results of the actions, we will use it in Krishna's service. So we don't have to give it up. We will use it in Krishna's service because we are attached to Krishna. So, but we need to give up the attachment to the results of actions.
Okay. Very nice, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji, for clarifying. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Guruji, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Chandrakanta Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Happy Vijayadashami, Guruji. To happy Vijayadashami to all.
Krishna conscious Vijayadashami.
Guruji, I had a doubt about this attachment to the result, attachment to the karma. And now during the discussion, I got clarified now when now you are discussing. So we should have a
attachment to only Krishna. That's it. We should have attachment only to Krishna. That's it.
Yeah, no. In the further down when we understand, that's what I had a problem with understanding that we should not have an attachment to the result, not to the. That's what today you explained. Now I got clarified when you are discussing with Brunda Jaisin Mataji Guruji. And a very nice Guruji. All these days, see, every time we'll hear you about attachment and all. Today only I understood we should not have an attachment to the result. The result will be there. Result, we should concentrate on result, not to attach to that result. Thank you, Guruji. Thank you very much. Now I understood. Guruji. Thank you very much, Guruji, for keeping us in Krishna consciousness every day. Thank you very much, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna to everyone. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Venkatanagarjun Prabhu, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Guruji, for today's class. Excellent session, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Dhanyavad, Guruji. Vijayadashmi Shubhakanksha, Guruji.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna conscious Vijayadashmi. Hare Krishna. Mahendra Shukla Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Dhanyavad Pranam.
Dhanyavad Pranam.
Wish you happy Vijayadashmi.
Yes, Prabhu,
Hare
very
Krishna,
happy Krishna conscious Vijayadashmi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. आपका आशीर्वाद बना रहे. Thank you, Guru. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Vishnuvardhana Rao Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
No questions, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji.
Thank you,
Dasra
Prabhu.
Sabha to you and all of our devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Namaste,
Krishna.
Guruji.
Namaste, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Mani Prabhu, Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama.
Rama. Hare Hare.
Thank you for your wonderful class.
Yes,
so, on the day of Vijayadashmi, so I kept Mahabharata this time book. Prabhupada's book only I kept. Now I have to do Marupuja to read something from there.
Yes, yes.
So, children are grown up. Nowadays, I can't keep those books now.
Yes,
so
we can keep
first time Krishna allowed me to keep Mahabharata in the place. So I've done puja yesterday, and today is the Vijayadashmi. So on costless mercy of Krishna, we should go towards the objective. Whatever we are learning, we have to practice, and we have to do, something good for the society.
It will happen, no doubt. Krishna's mercy, it will happen.
So only thing is Krishna's charisma. I am just thinking why he did not made all intellectual in the birth itself, so that everybody will get attracted to the the sloga what is taught.
No,
so
that is depends upon our desires. Krishna cannot make. If we are not connected with Krishna, we lose intelligence. So if it is our free will. If we misuse our free will, we will be fools. That's why Krishna is saying that Vimudha Atma. So we will be fools. So Krishna cannot make somebody as intelligent or less intelligent or more intelligent. Only if we are devoted to Krishna, he can give us intelligence. So in order to gain that intelligence, we have to connect with Krishna. If we don't connect with Krishna, we will lose intelligence. Krishna cannot give us intelligence. So we need to establish that connection with Krishna for Krishna to make us intelligent.
Yeah, that is true, Guruji. Only the lower middle class and middle class, somewhere or other, the awareness is getting created. The two extreme, they are not bothered. So that is what the society is running towards. So
the society is all based on materialistic desires. We should not be too much like.
No, not Guruji. As a sitting example, so for example, I have seen the TVS group people and all I interacted. They have all the facility, all the thing. They also know 100% what is true and what is not real. Even then, the things are moving towards one direction only. That is what I am perplexed.
That's correct. Because of the lack of Bhagavad Gita knowledge as it is.
They know. They go, no, you know, this TVS family or any other family, they don't know.
Anyone who knows Bhagavad Gita as it is, they will be devotees of Krishna. Krishna is already teaching us in Bhagavad Gita. So that's why we have to understand this 18 chapter 700 verses as it is. That's very important.
So the soul has its own purity. The only thing is the materialistic pull and push which is happening on day-to-day basis. Somewhere or other we have to...
Because of not able to develop that love on Krishna, that is the problem.
Yeah, the whole world is living either on a total mad love or hatred. The two characteristics are there, which is pulling towards each other. And the sin is created because of that.
Because of our ignorance, nothing else.
So Guruji, one thing, the whole sloka, whatever it is it that balanced mind, all these things are there. So we have to make our middle path, right? Is it so?
We just have to follow exactly what Krishna is teaching in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhu. There is no middle path or upper path, lower path. It's only one way, that is Krishna's way. What Krishna is teaching us in this Bhagavad Gita, each and every... Krishna doesn't contradict himself anywhere in the Bhagavad Gita. Whatever he says the same thing everywhere. So we just have to simply focus our mind and intelligence on Krishna. That's it.
Yeah, thank you, Guruji. Thank you, Guruji. So we are making our mind towards that only.
Yes,
so
we don't have to... yes.
With all our immaturities and ignorance, we have to go step by step to, get rid of those.
Our faith on Krishna will take us there, no doubt.
Yeah. Thank you, Guruji. In Vijayadasama day is a so special day. I think the wishes has to be fulfilled. So our wish is not to have a bungalow or whatever it is. Our wish is simple, to follow what we are learning. So it has to be fulfilled, and so only we can pray and pray to Krishna that we should have a steady mind towards him.
Yes.
Hare Krishna, Guruji. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today's lecture was so great, so happy, and we will continue to get this, the prasada on regular basis. So in weekly days, I'm not able to interact, Guruji. Please forgive me.
No problem. We will continue. Yeah, Krishna will make you to interact. He will give us the opportunity.
Thank you, Guruji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Manoranjan Sahu Prabhu. Just listen to Srila Prabhupada's Kirtan.
Hare Krishna, Guruji.
Hare
Really
Krishna Prabhu.
very enlightening class, enlightened souls. And you make us enlightened by attending this class. As today, it's a very important sloka, what is action and action, and we should devote. And because of this class, we are transformed. Without hesitation, we have to transform. Why Krishna selected Arjuna? Because he is not transformed. So, like Guruji, you are transforming ourselves to divine. Krishna also himself decided, unless you convert, that those who are not actually or is being all powerful, till then he tries to transform it so that we can learn these things. Otherwise, we would not have got the Bhagavad Gita. So, detailed analysis, what is karma, vikarma, and senses, sattva, raja, tama, three gunas, all these things. We are fortunate that we are getting this knowledge, because of without Guru, nothing will be achieved. So, you make us transport by attending this class. Really, it is a class of highest order, almost without hesitation. We are really, you are trying your level best, all efforts to be not be affected by this material world, to take us into the Goloka and to devote Lord Krishna. And I was reading just a short story that gopis and why Krishna had a very great relationship that we won't understand. We take it negative. We don't go through in detail. That is Yamuna and what the Drupasa says, and to prepare a food for them. I was reading, very interesting, that we won't understand. We just see the only external appearance, external things, not the inner things. Lord Krishna is the all-powerful, he is the creator, and we take it in negative way because we are like that. Without hesitation, we should surrender to Lord Krishna. And really, Bhagavad Gita, we are fortunate because of this. How we are very lucky. Unless and until you would not have given this kind of disseminating this divine knowledge to Arjuna, you would not have got this kind of opportunity to read Gita. So, really, why did he select Arjuna? Because he is not, because he is the only means to achieve that righteous, that good that he is. Not by Vidura or Yudhishthira or any other characters. So he has to transform, like you transform us. We are now transforming ourselves into the right thing. You try your level best to change, to reform us, to step into a different, in a divine being. Sometimes you are affected by this material world. So to change our perspective, the right thinking, how to develop right thinking, and to devotion to Lord Krishna. Guruji, from the student life till now, you are trying your level best. You make all efforts and endeavors for the whole world to transform into how can a man live a contented life, happy life. So he is not bothered about what work. He should not think of the fruitive actions, results. So attachment of fruitive actions and the karma. So what you are doing, we are not doing anything. We are doing for Krishna, and we should think of that. I am not doing anything. So, because of you and enlightened souls, those who are contented with what they are given, they don't think of that, the results. So, because we are fortunate, Guruji, because of you, we are getting this opportunity. Thank you, Guruji. Pranam, Guruji. Satanam.
Hare Krishna. Take care of your health, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Let us listen to Srimad Bhagavatam.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna.